In a bold and refreshing move that has sparked conversations across the African continent and beyond, Burkina Faso's transitional president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, reportedly rejected the offer of 200 mosques from foreign donors and instead demanded that the resources be channeled into building schools and hospitals. His decision has stirred both admiration and debate, symbolizing a significant shift in priorities under his leadership. A decision rooted in national priorities. Burkina Faso, a landlocked country in West Africa, has faced decades of underdevelopment, political instability, and more recently, insurgent violence. Basic infrastructure, such as education and healthcare systems, have suffered severe neglect. For many citizens, access to schools or hospitals remains a distant dream. Against this backdrop, Traore's decision signals a strong message. The country must invest in its people's minds and health before anything else. By turning down the construction of hundreds of religious buildings and requesting essential social services instead, Traore emphasized a focus on practical nation building. In his own words, paraphrased from various media accounts, "We don't need more mosques. We need schools to educate our children and hospitals to treat our sick." The context behind the offer. The offer of 200 mosques reportedly came from foreign Islamic organizations, some of which have historically provided aid to Muslim-majority nations in the form of religious infrastructure. While their intentions may have been rooted in goodwill, such gifts often come with political or ideological strings attached. In some cases, they inadvertently contribute to growing sectarian divides or influence local governance through soft power. In rejecting this offer, Traore effectively resisted potential foreign religious influence in national affairs. He affirmed that Burkina Faso must take control of its own future, a future that prioritizes human development over religious symbolism. Why this decision matters. Traore's stance resonates far beyond Burkina Faso. Across Africa and parts of the developing world, it's not uncommon for foreign aid to arrive in the form of religious projects, churches, mosques, seminaries, rather than infrastructure that directly uplifts communities. While spiritual life is important, Traore's message is that a hungry, uneducated, or sick population cannot fully benefit from religious devotion alone. In many African communities, children still walk miles to reach a school. Women give birth without medical assistance. Entire villages rely on one doctor, if any at all. Traore's prioritization of education and healthcare reflects a leader who understands the urgent needs of his people. A new type of leadership. At just 36 years old, Captain Ibrahim Traore is Africa's youngest head of state, having assumed power in 2022 following a military coup that ousted the previous regime. Unlike many coup leaders, who are often met with public distrust, Traore has garnered widespread support, especially among Burkina Faso's youth. He has positioned himself as a nationalist leader who wants to restore sovereignty, dignity, and self-reliance to his country. His rejection of the mosque offer aligns with his broader vision: freedom from dependency and the rebirth of African pride. This vision is especially potent in a country like Burkina Faso, which has long been subjected to external control, whether through colonialism, foreign NGOs, or international military coalitions. Traore has made it clear that Burkinabe solutions must come from Burkinabe voices. Education and health, the pillars of progress. Experts agree that education and healthcare are the foundations of sustainable development. A literate, healthy population is more likely to participate in democracy, develop local economies, innovate, and resist radicalization. In contrast, when education and health are neglected, poverty cycles deepen, and extremist groups find fertile ground for recruitment. By demanding schools and hospitals, Traore is not merely asking for buildings. He is asking for long-term empowerment. Schools will equip the next generation with critical thinking and skills. Hospitals will reduce maternal mortality, treat preventable diseases, and build a healthier society. His decision thus challenges a larger question. Why are religious buildings so often prioritized over essential public services in foreign aid strategies? Public reaction, hope, and inspiration. Across Burkina Faso, citizens have taken to social media and radio stations to express their support and admiration for Traore's move. Many described it as courageous, patriotic, and the kind of leadership Africa needs. In marketplaces and mosques alike, conversations echo a shared sentiment. The time for handouts is over. Africa must build itself by prioritizing its people. Even among religious leaders, there's been understanding. A prominent imam in Ouagadougou reportedly stated, "Faith is important, but we cannot pray on an empty stomach or with untreated illness." The president is right. Let us build schools and clinics first. Critics and concerns. However, not everyone is on board. Some critics argue that Traore's rejection of religious infrastructure could alienate foreign donors or be perceived as anti-religious. Others warn that turning down any form of aid might reduce Burkina Faso's already limited resources. Yet, the majority seem to support the principled stand. To them, it's not about rejecting religion. It's about choosing substance over symbolism. A message for the continent. Traore's move has implications for Africa as a whole. It sends a clear message to both citizens and leaders. True independence means setting your own priorities. It's a reminder that African nations should not be passive recipients of whatever is offered, but must demand what is needed. His leadership reflects a broader continental shift. Young Africans are increasingly disillusioned with traditional politics and are calling for leaders who are brave, honest, and deeply connected to the struggles of the common people. Captain Ibrahim Traore's refusal to accept 200 mosques in favor of schools and hospitals marks a defining moment in African leadership. It demonstrates a rare kind of political courage, the willingness to say no to symbolic gestures in favor of concrete, life-changing action. As Burkina Faso charts a new course amid challenges, the world is watching. But more importantly, Africans are watching. They are looking for models of leadership that reflect their dreams, struggles, and hopes for a better tomorrow. And in this moment, Traore has given them a glimpse of what is possible.